Greetings from the right coast. This is Mad Chad. Day 2 of my RV excursion. Man, this is getting better and better. Let me tell you. No power, which means no heat from the unit itself. I do have a little what is this thing called? A DeLonghi little space heater. It kind of puts out some heat. It's still roughly about, I don't know, 45 degrees in here, 50. I tried plugging in a toaster oven I found, and that kicked everything off too much. So what I think is I have to do is I have to run a dedicated... What's up, Boots? A dedicated line to another dedicated outlet and not try to overload, because I guess that's what's going on there. But yeah. But yeah, the toaster oven was working good. Yeah, plan worked last night. I blocked off the area, the sleeping quarters, the bathroom area, and then put the heater in there. It did pretty good. We all slept in there. All 3 cats and a dog. It got cold. It got cold. It really did. It still got cold. But I got some really good blankets and some really, really good heaters. These little furry faces here. Oh. But yeah. It's been raining for 2-3 straight days here in South Carolina. And the current temperature is about 40. So I'm able to get it up to about 45, maybe 50 degrees in here. Still chilly. I'm throwing towels on animals if they'll let me, just to give them some heat. Some are going up high because heat travels up. Yeah, what's up, buddy? This is Mr. Boots. Y'all know him. He's the star of the show. Say, hey, Boots. Yeah. He's a Russian blue. Yeah. He likes to cuddle. He likes to be the center of attention. He doesn't like drama. He doesn't fight. You know, he's just like, hey, whatever, bro. No, thank you. Doesn't fight. I have seen him kick his brother's ass once. So his brother was being a little arrogant prick, and that was the one and only times that I've ever seen Mr. Boots here kick his bigger brother's ass, and he was unrelentless. I mean, he just kept going at him, just bam, 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 and talking shit the whole time. I mean, it was crazy to watch because his brother is the bigger brother, big Russian blue. He looks like he walks like a bulldog. He's hiding right now because he's the big tough guy, and he doesn't want to play with everybody else or be warm, or kind of worried about him. He just kind of hides in a corner. He came out last night to hang out and to cuddle. But, yeah. Lots of fun here. I started looking at the electrical stuff going on here, and it got even worse. Apparently, the leaks in the roof that have been allowed to just drip into this place has shorted out the electrical system. There are light fixtures full of water. So yeah, it's even worse than that. So, and there is definitely a dampness in the upholstery, and there is some mold in here. That is kind of concerning. If I can, which I don't know how, but I can heat up the place, heat up the space. That will help to kill the mold. But I can tell a difference especially in the back room where we, the sleeping room, the bedroom. It's bad, and it doesn't help that it's 40 degrees and 100% humidity outside, and there's just pools of water everywhere I look around here. So, and they keep growing. But so basically, this is a very high priced large tent that is hard to heat. Lots of fun. Now, there's a house right next door. Like literally right next door. Like less than 3 feet away. So, I can go in there and heat up and get water and get food and all that. So I do have a house, but, I also have 3 freaking animals. There's animals in there in the house, and there's people that live in there. And they're very private, and they don't want to be bothered. They don't like noise and all this and that. And I'm not even going to get into all that. The owner himself is gone. He's taken off to have a little excursion. I think he actually went to Florida, of all places. But come on, bro. Thanks. Yeah. So it's unfortunate. But trying to get. He doesn't know much about this stuff anyway. It's all he knew is that it worked a year ago. Lights came on and heat came on, and he was able to cook and all that. So yeah, I looked in it. It does have a propane stove. There's no propane. So oh man. So I don't know. My plan of action is to find homes for these cats. So, because I can't take care of them. How the hell am I going to take care of them? I can't even take care of myself. A lot of people have been reaching out to me, wanting to help. I thank you. Not used to that. Still not used to that. Still, I don't know, maybe it's pride. Maybe it's something else. I'm kind of stuck here, y'all. Not much y'all can do for me. It's really not. It's really not at all. Seriously. Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just I'm hell bent on taking care of these guys. 'Cause I am true to my word. And the word that I was given, the word that I gave was that I would take care of these animals. I'm not going to kill any of them. I'm not going to euthanize them. Why? Why would I do that? Why would I kill sentient beings that have been my family and me theirs for, oh man, like 5, 6 years, 7 years, maybe more. I don't know. I forget. I forget these things. Dog, same way. She's 17 years old. So these guys are close to death anyway. And so I wouldn't say 17 years, close to death, but Russian blues, they have a long lifespan. Sometimes they're more than 20 years. My dog, Rocky Mountain Feist, all black. She's got a long lifespan. All my people have long lifespans, so I come from good stock, and these guys come from good stock. So why would I entertain such notion as to kill them, to put them out of their misery? Who am I to judge? Seriously. Yeah. And so, I mean, I don't care. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, I could definitely better my position and get rid of these guys and just be on my own. Get a small little freaking hotel room and get a little shitty job, and that's it. I'd just be working to stay warm and stay fed and all that. But you know, I can't entertain the notion. I can't, and I won't. So just gotta make do with what I got, and which is not much, but it's something. I've called numerous shelters and stuff for help in getting placement for these guys, and oddly enough, there's a lot of other people in my same position. See here, everybody's like, well, isn't there an eviction moratorium? Isn't no, no, there's not. I don't know what they're saying. I've been evicted. I know there's no eviction moratorium. So, and of course, it's been explained to me that it's because that Joe Biden signs, and it takes 30 days for it to go through, to be reenacted, and so that anybody being evicted before that time is grandfathered in. So even when the eviction moratorium hits, those who have already been filed and everything, guess what? You're out the fucking door. Which a lot of people are doing. Now, some would say that's a con of the pros, pros and cons. A con of being in a red state is that, they don't care. They're just going to go ahead and they'll work with you if you get to that point. If you can get to that point where you've got money and all that stuff, but I mean, past that point, they're going to evict you, and the courts are going to uphold it. The judge magistrate's going to uphold it. So hindsight being 2020, I probably should have talked to the judge magistrate and got like maybe 5-10 more days. But whatever, that's fine. This is okay. It sucks. It's a hardship. But, I don't care. I don't care about me. I care about them. I care about those, I'm trying to take care of. I'm trying to. So, you want to help me? Come get these cats. That's what you can do. I can't travel anywhere. My car won't make it. It really won't. So, you want to help? Take these cats, man. Take them. Give them a good home. Sucks. But, that would be a hardship on you guys, too. I mean, most of the country is freezing right now. I just so happen to be on the outskirts of the freeze. And I hear, pray tell, that the vortex is going to shift east, which means all this is going to freeze. I don't know if you can hear the rain just hitting the roof, and everything is flooded. Everything is saturated. It's 39 degrees outside right now. It's cold. It's cold, wet. And it's been like that for 2 days. Before that, we had a brief little, 67 degrees of a day. Then it fogged up, and boom, we got more rain. So I mean, that's our winter, is we get cold rain. It's like a cold monsoon season. Sucks and dangerous. Being cold and wet. Right now, I'm just cold. Little heater's pumping out as much as it can. Oh. Toast is done. Now I pulled that thing out. It tripped the circuit, so I had to unplug it. So I don't know. I'm debating whether or not to run a dedicated line back inside, and it sucks because I mean the GFI in the house is popping if I put too much load on certain things, I mean, it's it's crazy. It's crazy. It is. You know, I would probably be better off, you know, in woods somewhere with firewood. I mean, I really would. There is some disadvantages to this modern living. You know how they talk about props are dangerous? Well, here we are. You know, I had a friend that was willing to help, and he threw me into his RV, and like, yeah, man, go ahead. You know, everything works. And, you know, you'll be fine. You'll be warm, and you know, you can have all this and that. Well, he never checked on it for a year, and everything went to shit. So, and you know, perfect timing because he's going on a little vacation, and well, you know, that's it. You don't know what to do. Nobody else knows what to do. I know what to do, and it sucks. And that means that, first and foremost, you got to seal the roof. That's it. First and foremost, you got to seal the roof. Then you got to go through all of this fucking electrical, tear out all this wet stuff, which it's a lot of. Even the windows are leaking. You know, the seals are going bad. I don't know. I mean, whatever. There's trickles of water coming down walls. All that stuff has to be ripped out and dried out. So that means more heat in here. That's the best way to kill. And then plus there's all kinds of mold and all that. It's a major undertaking. So that's what it would take to fix it. You know? I know, because I've done a few of these. I've done it in homes. You know, been a part of that. And we all know what happens there. I mean, especially electricians, man. Water and electricity do not mix. They don't. Things go bzzz. Or the GFI pops. And it's like, okay, that's it. We're done. You know. A ground fault interrupter, right? Yeah. So that's what happens. Because if you don't, it shorts out and boom, you get fire. It's funny thing, I was yesterday, the extension cord that I was using, it was wrapped up, and had it on all night, you know, into the night. It was getting dark, you know, onto the heater, and I'm running around with my little flashlight, and it was a little chilly. And so I thought my breath was, I thought I could see my breath through the flashlight. No, it wasn't. It was smoke. I traced down the smoke, and I felt the coil of the, it's wrapped around a freaking little spool. The extension cord was wrapped around the spool. And the smoke was coming out of it. And I felt the spool. It was warm. I mean, it was actually warm to the touch. I was like, oh, shit. Which sucks because it runs out the door, which is right there, and right into the, what do you call that thing? The bathroom. It's plugged right in. So I had to get on my boots real fast, run to the front of the house, gain access to the house, run in here or run into the house and unplug it. And then from there I pulled out my own extension cord and you know, ran it and made sure everything was you know, there's no leaks or no tears or rips in it. So this extension cord has been sitting outside for 3-4 years, just, you know, whatever. I hope that the extension cord I use is newer. It's new, and you know, it should hold up for my time here. But just some things to think about. I mean, I'm learning a lot here. A lot of stuff I've already learned, but you know, everyone, I thank you. I thank you for your you know, your support and everything. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's yeah. I thank you guys. You know, you call me a badass and all that, and I got this and all that. You know, yeah, it's great. But you know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of frustrating, and it is a little emotional. You know, it's not something I can kill, break, or fix. So, you know, it kind of feels bad, like a, because my will is, I want to impose my will upon the situation, you know, and that means a lot, you know, if you can do that, and but you know, if you're at the mercy of other people and of the elements, you know, it can be a daunting task. If it was just me on my own, I'd be fine. I'd be in my car, you know. I get a hotel room, but you know, I have to secure a safe and warm future for these guys, which, you know, cats, everybody's got cats, and everybody wants a kitten. Everybody wants a kitten or a puppy. They don't want a brands. They don't want an adult cat. You know, they just don't. It's, you know, once I've left that place, the apartments I was at, I had signs up at the mailbox, and it was a lady that actually called me. And she was like, yeah, I'll help. I'll try. There's a website. I'll go on it and I'll post pictures. And I sent her pictures, and I didn't know her from anyone. And funny is that her name was the same name of the previous owner of the cats. And so I was like, what's your name? Wow. So she's working on it. There's other people that are working on it, you know, trying to find a home for these cats. So, you know, Humane Society, they have given me like a week. They're like, you know, check back in a week. I don't know. About to go into this weekend, and so that's gonna be interesting. It's supposed to stay like this the whole weekend. There might be a break here or there in the weather. I don't want to be moving a lot of stuff in here because, you know, it's no, I don't want to be doing that. That would not be a wise decision. So I just got a few things that I need. You know, mostly their stuff. Some clothes for me. Some food. You know, I mean, I actually did bring just enough. I brought enough food for about a month. But I'm probably only going to be here. Hopefully, I'm only going to be here a week. Or maybe two. I don't know. So, what's that? There's an old mafioso proverb. This is. Now I'm going to ad lib it. So, whatever. Anytime you go into a venture, a business venture, or anything of that nature, always overestimate the negative by. Always overestimate the negative and underestimate the positive. So that's how you look at it. You know, what if the negatives? So that way you're more prepared. You know, when shit goes south, or if it goes south, or when it goes south. So, and you can adjust accordingly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's raining so much. The whole area is flooded around here. So every time I go out, I got to throw my boots, and you know, and then I can venture out into the flooded wasteland. Crazy. And then I got to come back and, you know, get all that stuff off and dry off, you know. hopefully get everything dry. So, but if you can imagine, man, it would suck to just sit here. It would. So I'm hoping that all will be well. And you know, this is just my little minor shift event. You know, and it's kind of self-induced. It really is. You know, I am the asshole in charge of my own destiny, and you know, I brought this upon myself. I did. I really did. I'm an idiot. So, you know, I can't blame it on anything else. I can't blame it on the COVID. I can't blame it on my job for firing me because I was sick. You know, I can't blame it on the apartment agency for firing, you know, for evicting me because I couldn't pay, and I can't do that. I can't, you know, because there's a lot of other people that didn't. They worked hard, and they found a way, and they got it done. So, you know, by no means am I a victim. I'm not a victim. You know, I made some hard choices and some stupid ones, and you got to pay for it. You got to make your bed, and once you make your bed, you got to lie in it. And if that bed is cold and wet, well, guess what? It's gonna be cold and wet. I mean, yeah. We always go to the cliches when shit goes south, right? You know, mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but once you start ejecting, that'd be okay for myself. I wouldn't care. But once you have to be a sheepdog, you know, then the emotions play on you. Man, fuck. What do you do? Hopefully, I can stay true to my convictions and find a home for these guys, and then later on, I can move on. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully that's in the cards. I'm not Christian. I don't pray. But, I mean, if you guys want to pray for me, please. I do believe in prayer. I really do. I believe in prayer and intention and all that. So, and will. So, yeah, please. Feel free to pray for me. I'm just an idiot. I'm the one that fights and loses and gets all the bruises. Absolutely. It's always been my life. Yeah. But I you know, it makes you, I wouldn't want it any other way. So, you guys stay safe and stay warm out there. You know, stay smart. You know what I mean? Don't get in. Don't be so desperate that you have to bring in your freaking grill or in your house and you know, fill the place up with smoke and carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, or sit in your car and in your garage and turn the car on. You know. No. Carbon monoxide poisoning and carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide is bad too, because you literally go to sleep. That's it. Good night. More carbon dioxide, more carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide get into the air, get into your lungs, get into your bloodstream. It's more absorbed, is more readily absorbable by your bloodstream than it is oxygen. Oxygen is only a trace element. Most of our air is made up of hydrogen and nitrogen and methane. I don't know how that works, but yeah, hydrogen and nitrogen. So yeah, of all the plants and animals and all the plants, the fauna that we have, the rainforest and the trees, they only produce like 10, 11, 12% of the oxygen in the world. That's it. 10, 15. I don't know the exact number. It might be 15 or something. But anyway. But it is a self-correcting system. So. Yeah. But it's more, your carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide is more readily absorbed by your bloodstream. And it replaces the oxygen. Well, the oxygen's gone. It's being replaced by this. And your CO2 and CM, whatever, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, all that, and you go to sleep. And you don't wake up. You just don't wake up. So venting, you got to vent. You got to vent that gas. You can't stick around and stick around in that area in a confined space and suck that area, suck that carbon monoxide, because it will kill you. I've always been fascinated with tunnels and bunkers and shit like that. And I looked into it, and I was like, well, maybe I could just build my own, And you've seen people do that. I've seen people do that, especially in Tennessee. Here, not so much. You can't, the water table is 1 foot above or below. So mostly it's above. Right now it's like 2 foot. The water table is 2 foot above. So yeah, the sea's right over there. So yeah. Anyway, we've seen people, dig a hole and put concrete and cinder blocks in there, and like, all right, and just cover it up. Boom, they got a hole in the ground and got a door going to it. But they don't realize that they might have a vent or a hole for air. We got to get air in here. Okay, so you put a pipe straight up in the air, through the ground and into the air, and then that way you can get air. You think, well, the longer you stay down there, the more you're exhaling carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen, so it sinks low to the ground. But then it just slowly builds up. And what happens when you fall down? What happens when you lay down to go to sleep? Well, now you're in the cloud of carbon dioxide that's building up because there's no way to get rid of it. That's why you have to put a vent down below ground level, and it has to vent, and it has to be circulation and vent out. Okay, so you got to have airflow coming in, intake, and it's best to have a pump to intake that air with a filter and all that. You can look into that. I suggest look at Atlas Survival Shelters. They do it right, and they're cheap, relatively cheap, but they figured it out, and they do it to mil spec. Mind you, it's about 50, 60, 70 era mil spec, but it's still the same. But yeah, very good stuff. And he would encourage you to build your own if you want, but he would also encourage you to do it the right way. All right. So, and there's a lot of people out there that just dig holes and take your money. Okay, bye. There's another thing that I figured out is static pressure. Static pressure is a real thing. If you dig a hole and put cinder blocks and concrete everywhere, and then, okay, even if you start venting and all that, there's static pressure. Static pressure is literally the pressure of the ground pushing in, and it literally pushes moisture right in. You got any kind of crack, any kind of crevice that hasn't been sealed properly and strong, that static pressure is going to pop right through, and you're gonna have a swimming pool soon. Very, very, Another thing is that when you go down 6 feet, the temperature drops, and it stays that way. I think it stays at 58 degrees. It's like the medium temperature past 6 foot, or whatever. 58 degrees. So now you got a heat. Now you got to think about heat. So there's a lot that goes into into those structures, you know. Because I thought about that. I was like, I'm just gonna give me a Conex box, dig a hole and bury it, you know, or I'll take this and that and bury it, you know. Or I knew a guy that he took a he took a school bus and buried it. That's some redneck shit, but he did it, you know. Found out the hard way. Static pressure started busting out windows. Any kind of wood? Don't make it out of wood. Don't. Termites for one. It acts as a sponge for moisture. Will soak up the moisture, and then the termites will come, and they will eat that shit. Unless you're using, you know, you look at the mines and stuff that they used in the past. They used it out of, like, you know, large timbers and creosote large timbers. You know, that was a lot of stuff to do, and they pressure tested it. You know, so nowadays it's concrete and steel. So, you know, that's the way to go, and it's reinforced. Don't be messing around. But yeah, just some things to think about there. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna try to run me another extension cord outside, which means I gotta don my rain gear and brave the elements. So it'll be fun. So this is Mad Shad from the Right Coast, signing out.